Yo, what's up everybody? Here we go, part 2 of the BMW project. I actually got it running a lot better now. I'll explain that in a second, how I did that. Here goes the turbo stuff over here. Here's that manifold that came with it that I mentioned before. This is the OBD2, M52 manifold. Basically they flipped it upside down and welded this beautiful flange on here to make it a top mount. So it worked, and if anything, I can always cut this off and have somebody weld a nice flange on here with like a tube for the wastegate, because I want to run external, not internal. This turbo was an internal wastegate. It's a GM4 turbo, so it was off a GM diesel. It's a Borg Warner. I took all of the stuff off of it that was on it. As you can see here, it has the flap for the internal wastegate, which I will be welding shut. Basically, that's all you have to do is just weld it shut so it doesn't open up. And then you can run external wastegate instead of internal, because internal is lame. Nobody likes internal. It's not as fun. And over here I ordered a cast iron manifold also, just to see if this one's gonna work. I got it off eBay, of course. It was only $100. It's actually really nice for only $100. I can't really complain. And these cast iron manifolds last forever. They're indestructible. Basically, it's a bottom mount manifold, so it should sit on the engine like this. I thought of the idea of, hey, let's flip it upside down and try to run it like this, so that way it will be a top mount. If anything, I ordered a delete here which will cover this one, and if it's not enough, lengthwise, let's say up and down, where it might hit my strut tower or it might hit the valve cover, I did order an extension piece. It's about that tall, that comes off of this piece, comes right onto this piece, and it has a spot for the wastegate, which would go right here, so that then I can run the wastegate down and just close this one, and hopefully I don't have any fitment issues. I hope it works, and if it does, I can make a write-up about it or something, and have people start doing it, because there's not really a write-up on it. I looked it up, tried to find some information before ordering it, but couldn't really find anything. As you can see, here's the header. That's as much header as I got. That's all the guy gave me when I got the car. But yeah, hopefully the piece sits right here, my extension sits right here, turbo sits right there. That would be a perfect world. Everything would work perfectly, which never happens. Let's see how this would. So it should sit. Come on, focus in. I'm trying to maneuver hands here. I can always turn the face or the exhaust side of the turbo. Either way, if it gets brought up enough. Let's see here. So that sits like this. Hopefully it'll sit somewhere like here or something like that. And if it does, I will be very happy. And if it doesn't sit nicely, I will just return it, get my $100 back, and return that extension too, and just use this one again. I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I'm trying to make it nicer than the previous guy did. So I'll just chop this and get a new piece and run external. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. Something easier, maybe even something better, but that's about it right now. And I did get it running a lot better. I kept having problems with it. Let me explain that in a second. Alright, so I kept getting a code for throttle position sensor and mass airflow sensor, and the car was idling really bad as if it had a huge vacuum leak. So I kept checking for vacuum leaks. I changed all the intake gaskets, looked at the lines, couldn't find one. So I'm like, okay, you know, I don't know what to do. And eventually I diagnosed that there was something wrong with the mass airflow sensor. I would unplug it, car would still run fine, you know. Plug it back in, car still runs. Sometimes I would shut the car off and then it wouldn't want to turn back on. So I went ahead, I bought a brand new throttle position sensor, and I still get a throttle position sensor code. Check the wires. The wires are fine. So I just didn't know what to do. I read online, a couple guys said that if the mass airflow sensor is bad, that it will throw those codes and it will act as if it has a vacuum leak after the mass airflow sensor. So what I did was I got pissed off and I took these screws off of it. I took the fencing off the inside and the outside of it and went inside by the sensor and sort of just beat the hell out of it from the top. I was like, if it's broke, it's already broke, but let's see what happens. And then the little sensors inside, I just sort of moved them around with a flathead, and I put it all back together and it runs fine. No more mass airflow sensor code, no more throttle position code. Car is running a lot better now, better than it ever ran since I've had it. And yeah, that fixed it. Sometimes beating the shit out of stuff does work.